Hello, my name is Irina Botez. I work at Web in Bucharest, Romania, and I'm pretty new to the Plone community as I have just finished college a month ago, and I have been working with Plone for about a year. So today I'm going to talk about 4 EA add-ons. To be more specific, EAS Manager, EA RabbitMQ Client, EA Similarity, and EA ODPC CAN. So for those of you who don't know, EA is the agency responsible for providing independent information on the environment for the general public and those involved in various activities regarding the environmental policy. So I'm going to start with EAS Manager, which is an utility for Plone App Async. This package, Plone App Async, is an integration for the ZC Async package, allowing asynchronous operations. Let's talk about some possible use cases for using EAS Manager. For example, a request for a PDF generation which will be sent by email to the user, or a job that needs to be done at a certain time in the future, or even splitting a large and time-consuming jobs into smaller jobs that will be performed in parallel on several machines. Okay. The features that this package provides allow us the possibility to view and clean dead dispatchers, view and clean up completed jobs, and browse jobs by status, dispatchers, or quotas. So for installation and setup, of course, the first step is to include the EAS Manager add-on in your build-out section. But then you have to do another step. For example, right here I have a Zio cluster with 2 clients. This one is the instance that Plone is running, and I'm adding to the ZCML file this single DB instance, and to the worker, which is the instance that is going to manage the asynchronous operations, I'm going to add to the ZCML file the single DB worker. Okay, let's see how the control panel looks like. So I'm going to head to a simple Plone site. Okay. And in site setup, we can see a section named add-on configuration where we can access the Async Manager. So this is the interface. We have dispatchers, quotas, queued jobs, active jobs, failed jobs, and finished jobs. Because this is a simple site, it doesn't have any data in it. So for a better demonstration, I'm going to head to the EA website. Okay. So I'm gonna log in. Okay, so now that we are logged in, we'll go to the control panel. Okay. So right here we have the same interface, but we can see that we have a lot more jobs and data. So let's take a look at them. Here we have the dispatchers. You can see that we have 5 active dispatchers and 1 dead dispatcher, and some information about them. Okay. Let's take a look at the quotas. The quotas are basically packages that request the jobs, and we can see in quota size is specified the maximum number of jobs that can be assigned to that package. And here we have the current number of jobs that are actually assigned. Okay, let's take a look at the queued jobs. So because they are queued jobs, the status is pending. We have other informations like ID, callable, arguments. We can click to see more details. For example, here is the context. The job was requested. This was the user that requested it, and so on. We also have results, start and end date. So I'm going to talk about the results, but for this I'm going to go to the failed jobs because in the failed jobs the results column, so as I was saying, in the failed jobs, the results columns tell us the exception that was thrown when the job has failed. And we can click to see more details, and it gives us a complete traceback on what happened. And of course, the start and end date as the previous section. Okay. And for finished jobs, we can see that the status is completed. We also have an end date because the job has finished. And yeah, I think that's about it. So you can find the GitHub repository right here if you want to see further information. So let's continue with the EA RabbitMQ client. So RabbitMQ is an open source message broker which accepts and forwards messages. This package serves as a connector for a RabbitMQ server. Okay, for this one I'm gonna show you a demo because it's easier to explain this way. So I created a form which uses the methods in this RabbitMQ client. So right here we can enter a queue name and a message to be sent to the queue. So let's add a new queue, PloneConf 2017, and the message, hello from PloneConf. So we're going to send a message to the queue. And we can see that the queue was empty because it's new. Some details about the queue, like the number of messages that are in the queue. Right now it's 1 because we just sent it. The queue name, the channel, and stuff like that. This is the message. Okay, and if we go to the RabbitMQ server, and go to queues, we can see that it added our PloneConf queue. Okay. We also can consume the message with messages, which mean basically sending the messages. And if we press this button, we're gonna go in the terminal. Well, going on. Okay, something seems to be broken, so I'm not gonna waste time on this. Okay. Going back, here is the GitHub repository. Here we have all the methods explained. It's pretty easy to use, so you can go ahead and check it out. So moving on to EA Similarity. This package provides content suggestions based on similarity scores to a search string. This is based on GenSim, SciPy, and NumPy libraries for topic modeling, document indexing, and similarity retrieval with large corpora. So the use case for this package is providing a list of duplicates when adding or editing content based on the entered title. An IDF index is created, so the Plone catalog is not used. An IDF index is a numerical statistic number that is intended to reflect how important a word is to a document in a collection or corpus. Basically, as I was saying, it's a file on the disk. So to use it, we can customize the settings at the Similarity control panel. But first, I'm going to show you an example on the EEA website. So let's say we would like to add a new page. Come on. Damn. Yeah. Okay. So we're adding a new page. We can see that a button has appeared, and it says to click to get suggestion for similar items. So let's say we would enter a title like European Union Partners, okay, and we click right here to get the suggestions. Oh, sorry. European Union Partners, okay. We click right here to see the suggestions. Oh, okay.
This already has. Even with the title. Yeah, yes.
So we're waiting for it to load.
Doesn't need too much.
Ah, okay. Perfect. So we can see that we have 3 suggestions. This one is very close to the one I entered because it was that typo that you were talking about. So the score is 0.99, etc. And we have other 2 suggestions which have a big similarity score. So let's see how the control panel looks like, where you can set up all the settings for the similarity generation. Okay. So going to the control panel. So right here we can set a lot of stuff, like the similarity suggestions for different content types. Here we select which content types we want to see results for the similarity generation. There's a lot of them. Okay. Moving on. We can allow all content types, of course. The minimum number of words in a title. Here it's set it to number 3 because, for example, if we had titles with 2 words, the similarity results would be irrelevant because there would be so much of them. So here you can set how much words the title needs to have to get similarity suggestions. Next, we can set equivalent content types. So these content types basically are binded with the similarity search. For example, if we add an article and a title for an article, the similarity package will search for similar titles in all those other content types. Next, we can set the maximum number of suggestions. Earlier, we saw that we had 3 suggestions, so we can set that from here. We can set also the maximum score between suggestions, remove stop words, and set the TF-IDF index refresh frequency so that the results and the search is more specific. Next, we can set the dialog title, which was the pop-up that we saw when we clicked on that button. We can set the text right here. I'm not going to go through that. And the similarity threshold for titles with less than 5 words or with more than 5 words. So we can set the similarity score to see for those kinds of titles which are with less than 5 words or more than 5 words. So I think this sums it up for this package. I'm going to continue. Of course, you can find it on GitHub in this repository. Next, I'm going to talk about EA ODP-CKAN, which is a generic standalone service and is not a Plone add-on. For example, at EA, we are using this service to sync and push data sets from one platform to another, for example, the EU Open Data Portal, ODP, using the CKAN API. So CKAN is a tool for making open data websites. It helps you manage and publish collections of that data, and it is used by national and local governments, research institutions, and other organizations who collect a lot of data. Let's see how this works. So we're gonna go to the ODP website. Okay. And go to data. And right here we have the publishers. We're looking for the EEA. So it's right here. And we are going to click on a random article, this one. So we can see that the publisher is the EA, and this is the description of the article. And we can see that we have the URI, and this one links directly to the EA website. So let's check this out. Okay. Waiting. Okay. So we can see that the title is the same as here. Reported data on large combustion plants, etc. And also the description found right here can be seen in this section. So on the ODP website, we don't have a lot of information because it's only to create a general idea, but you can access for further information the URI down below. So let's see how this works. Okay, when datasets are changed, an event is triggered and the message is added to the RabbitMQ service. Then the messages are read from the RabbitMQ service. So the EA portal is interrogated and the data is retrieved in JSON format. After that, the EU ODP is updated using the CKAN API. And these are the GitHub repositories where we can find this package. We have also a Docker version. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.